basically using energy medicine. We're working with spiritual, I call it bio-spiritual. So you're working spiritually to affect the person itself physically. So by working through the aura, the chakra system, those are all the energy components and energy centers of the body. By working through those, it can affect the physical body. So that's the basis of it, and there's a lot of different modalities that use that type of concept. There's Reiki, quantum touch. I'm certified in quantum touch. There's many different modalities that have different names. They all work within the same way. It's just a matter of what way do you resonates with you to use to work bio-spiritually on somebody.
So with that said, you've been doing this now for how long?
4 years professionally.
4 years professionally. What have you noticed in terms of people just getting results? I'm sure you have some stories to share on that.
Oh, results are outstanding, especially in the past, I'm going to say year or so. My development is the key, okay? With the work that I'm doing with dowsing, with the pendulum, it's all to do with the question, okay? So if you develop the right question, the old saying goes, you ask the right question, you get the right answer. You ask the wrong question, you get the wrong answer. So another thing is being open-minded as to what a health problem can be. So if you take 5 people in my office and they all got diabetes, okay, you can have diabetes. Everybody can have it for their own different reason. So you have to be open-minded as to what it is. There's no one magic cure for everybody with diabetes, and that's just impossible. So you have to think, what can it be? Something going on in the pancreas, something going on with body processing sugar. There's a glycogen problem. What is it? So in the pancreas could be a virus, could be a bacteria, could be a mineral excess, could be a mineral deficiency, could be a negative energy, and we'll get into those later. That's a whole other story, negative energies. So you have to be open to what it is. Now, the energy aspect, if you look in a scientific view of things, okay, it works at the quantum level. And the word quantum means the smallest measurable amount of anything. So the quantum is beyond the molecular level. It's the quantum consciousness is what we work with. So at the quantum level, there is a consciousness. You give it the right instruction with the right type of energy tool, and I got many here. This is my standby. I think a lot of people have seen this in my videos. This is the silver light pyramid, which
you kind of hold that up, sort of.
Yeah. So this is it. Now, what's the tool got to do with it? Well, the best way I describe the tool is that it's an amplifier of my intent. So everything is intent. We all have the power within our minds to heal ourselves. We just don't know it, realize it, or know how to use it properly. But if you got a helper like this, it just makes things so much easier. So if you know what to work on, okay, so the two-part process. Number one is knowing what to work on in what area of the body. So that's where the dowsing comes in with my pendulum and the charts that I've developed. Now, these charts I didn't buy from a course. I made them up on my own. I started with a course and said I can't understand these things, threw them away, and just started making my own. And over a 4-year period, I've got quite a extensive book of charts.
What is dowsing?
Dowsing? Dowsing has been done for thousands of years. Use a pendulum, just like this one. This one is Botswana agate with a tourmaline on top. I get good action with it. I've got a few different pendulums. So basically, it's just asking a question with the charts, and the pendulum's going to swing, and it's going to swing over a word that's the answer that you're looking for. So like I said before, you ask the right question, you get the right answer.
So it's almost, and this is just from the layman person listening to this, it's, dare I say, kind of compare it almost to like a Ouija board almost?
Yeah, it's
the same concept, but...
Yeah, Ouija board is you're working with spirits. Spirit guides, they're moving the cursor, and the same thing with this, okay? When I'm working with it, you'll see my hand moving and swinging the pendulum. But
over the chart.
Yeah, but the direction it's getting is from my guides. Exactly the same thing. Ouija board is black, this is white. Okay?
Right. So it's kind of the same concept, except you're working for healing purposes.
Exactly.
And to
Yes.
positive effects on the body.
Yeah.
Can you just speak on your experience of using this process of dowsing to, if someone has come to you, and I'm assuming the clientele you get are people who've probably been to the allopathic world of medicine, they've experienced some frustration, and maybe they're kind of looking for outlets outside of that allopathic model, so then they come to you. And if they haven't usually been introduced to this world of dowsing, I would assume their reaction is quite different from what they're used to.
Yes and no. Generally, if anybody's going to look for my help, they're going to be open-minded anyway. If they're in my office, they're open-minded. And then the whole thing is being open. I've had a few people come in like, okay, you know what? My wife said I got to come see you. Here I am. Do something. And for those people, it's said that you have to believe in it for it to work. Yes and no. But you have to believe in it enough that you're going to come back for multiple sessions if need be. Okay, if you come once or twice and say, that guy doesn't know what he's talking about, or that's just nonsense, then it's not going to work for you. So 99% of all people I work with are into this already, or they've been referred to by a friend who said, you know what, Chris helped me with this. Go see him. He's going to help you with your problem. And that's generally the way it is. And 99% of all my clients get some kind of relief.
Wow, so that's a pretty good success rate.
It's pretty good. I mean, of course, there's the odd one that doesn't work at all, and that's only a matter of either the answer isn't in my charts, or it's something I haven't addressed yet as far as negative energy goes. Okay, and I get really hard on myself if I can't help somebody in a few sessions, give them some kind of relief. I know there's 2 or 3 people in particular who they have a severe chronic health problem, and that's the hard thing, is a chronic health problem. It takes multiple sessions and knowing exactly what to find. If you can't find it, you can't work on it. It's just like hide and seek. You're playing hide and seek, and it's 1, 2, 3, but it's really Chris. Well, Chris isn't caught. Same thing in the energy world. Universal law says if you identify something and you tell it to leave 3 times, it's got to leave. Simple as that.
Okay. How do you feel about the argument of people who maybe are, I don't want to say skeptical, but maybe they question, and they say maybe the reason why people are getting results is it could be part of a placebo effect?
My thoughts on that is the health problem gone? If it is, so what? Was it me? Was it the orange drink you had the day before? Did you bonk your head on the sink, and stir something up? Doesn't matter. I don't want to take credit for what I do. If I can help you, great. If the health problem's still there, then you got to research something else. But if you come in here and you've done something else too, but you don't know what fixed it, doesn't matter. Your health problem's gone. That's all that matters.
Right. And I think the fact that you have sort of established yourself over the last 4 years, and I have personally seen your results, and I've experienced them myself, and even for myself, I found, like, in terms of trying to embrace this whole idea of energy medicine, because I've been so programmed and brainwashed and conditioned by the mainstream in terms of how we perceive disease and how we perceive health, that when I went to venture down here, it was just a real struggle for me. As a matter of fact, I kind of, when I was working with you, I was kind of wanting to disprove what you did, to kind of say, okay, well, I know that's a pile of you-know-what, so I could say, okay, at least I had the openness to try it. But then to my surprise, it worked very well, and I could say it worked very well on me as every time I come to see you.
I remember when I first met you.
Yeah.
It was I guess 4 years ago at one of the
convention center.
At the convention center trade shows,
Yeah.
and yeah, you were like venturing on different avenues, but you weren't in the spiritual energy world at all. And
no, it was something on left field for me.
Yeah, so
yeah.
It definitely changed your mind quite
Well,
a bit.
I mean, in seeing you now for that period of time on, I've definitely opened my mind to it, and there's definitely something to it. And what I sort of say is, even if people want to take something and put it in the realm of a placebo effect, I think the point you brought up that was really good is results are happening. The bottom line is results are happening.
Right, exactly. I can't even begin to tell you some of the positive things I've seen. Let's talk about negative energy for a second. I'll give you a
Sure.
case history. This is a relative of mine. He wanted to see the work I do because, okay, you're married to my niece. I want to know what you do. So I showed him. We were at the lake one day, and I pulled out my charts and my rings and some stuff. And I said, so you got any health problems? He goes, yeah, you know what? Every time I go to bed, I get this pain in my shoulder blades, and it doesn't go away until the morning, and I can't sleep at night. But it's only when I go to bed. So let's have a look at that. So I start dowsing, and I ask some questions, and it came up that there was a voodoo curse on him. And he's like, what? I said, yeah, it says you got voodoo. And he goes, oh, wait a minute. That damn ex-wife of mine. She's put a voodoo curse on me. So I says, okay, well, let's get rid of it. So I put him within the rings I was using at the time, and I told the voodoo curse to go away. And from that point on, he's never had this pain. Now, here's the funny thing is we returned the voodoo curse back to sender. Within a week, this person who was sending the curse had hip problems, all kinds of other problems. So the whole energy world with voodoo and witchcraft and satanic and devil worship, all that stuff is real. It is there, it exists. Only because thoughts are energy. So now this person wasn't taking pins and sticking them in a doll. She was just thinking negatively about this guy all the time. So all it is negative thoughts. Have energy, have power. And if the energy is strong enough, it will affect the person they're thinking about. Okay? A lot of guys have got some erectile dysfunction problems. You go to the bedroom with your woman and things aren't working properly, okay? If you had an old girlfriend who's not happy with you, you had a bad breakup or stuff happened, this person could be subconsciously thinking enough about you negatively that it's going to affect other areas. So all this stuff is real. There is merit to it. You really got to dumb it down as to what's going on. So when people think, oh, it's a voodoo curse, somebody's sticking pins in a doll. No, it's not that. It's all to do with negative thoughts and thought energy.
The fact that someone out there could actually think negatively about me, and that those can actually have a measurement, a frequency, a weight to it that could actually transmute into my life, I think that's a very plausible kind of way to look at it.
It is. And it happens every day to everybody because we all have negative thoughts about people, one way, shape, or another, somebody who's been in our life who's done wrong to us and that type of thing. I mean, now you take it further. I mean, can this be used in army warfare and stuff like wars? Of course it can. It can be taken to different levels. You look at movies, okay? The movie Men Who Stare at Goats. Where do you think they get this stuff from? From people like me who do my type of work. Okay, you look at movies like The Minuteman and all these different things with Dr. Quantum and all that. Where do you think they get it all from? They get it all from this type of work.